Hello and welcome to this week's video. Today we have the joys of Storm Dennis after last week's Storm Kira. He doesn't seem to be quite as bad, and illness has struck our house once again, because that seems to be what 2020 is for us. So this week I've not really filmed a lot. I'm still suffering from the cold I had last week, but Pete also managed to get a stomach bug, so we've been dealing with that, and I'm hoping that I've not got it, but I'm feeling pretty ropey today, because I don't like being ill and I don't want a stomach bug. But anyway, that's besides the point. That's not what we're talking about. So this video is going to be a bit of a weird one because I've taken a couple of 30-second clips or whatever of what I've been doing, but no explanation about anything that's going on. So that's how we're going to do it. So I'm going to talk about it, add the clips, and then talk about it some more. But I'm going to have to sit down somewhere because I'm not feeling good. Hopefully the lighting will still be alright if I lay myself down here. So Thursday, oh dear. Me and Adam, my brother, went to see Prince of Egypt at the Dominion Theatre on Tottenham Court Road. I'm just going to find somewhere to perch you so I don't have to hold you. I forgot to take my camera, but I used my phone to take these clips. They're not very good, but there you go. There's the outside of the theatre for you. I found Prince of Egypt to be an odd show, to be quite honest. I found it very earnest when I think they should have added a bit more lightness to parts of it. The Dominion Theatre, the stage feels like it's the same size as a normal theatre is, but the seats go much wider than the stage does, and we were quite far over on the left hand side, and I did get distracted quite a bit by what was going on in the auditorium. The show obviously has encouraged people that aren't often theatre goers, or it's my assumption anyway, maybe that's wrong, to go to it, but then also some of the etiquette in the theatre was a bit rubbish. The ushers had to come and tell people off using their camera quite often. A group of people turned up about an hour late. People were just getting up to go to the toilet whenever they wanted, and that's just not normally how theatre, or at least theatre that I attend, is like. So I was a bit distracted. Now, I've been to see quite a lot of shows, so I feel like I have not an authority, but I can talk about shows. Oh, what's the word? I can't remember. But I feel like I know what I'm talking about now. I know what there is to look for and things like that. And I certainly know what I like and what I don't like. And there was something about Prince of Egypt that just didn't sit right with me. Obviously the story is of Moses, it's from the Bible, so that's all fine. I don't know what it was. There was just something that just made it not quite as good. Part of me felt like they needed to be more rehearsed. I mean, the dancing is quite acrobatic, so I'm sure that mistakes will happen, but we did have a fall. There's a lot of rolling in part of the choreography, and they're supposed to transport stuff while they're rolling, but that never seemed to reach the end. And there are occasions where some of the singing seemed a bit pitchy. So yeah, some of it just felt very under-rehearsed. Maybe I just went on a duff night and people were ill or whatever. Because the show only opened on the 5th of February and I went on the 13th. So there shouldn't really be those kind of... They should have ironed that out by now. They had previews and things, so it should have been ironed out. The staging was very clever though. I mean, yeah, they used the screens like they did in Big, which that's at the same theatre. So I'm just assuming that now productions at the Dominion will use those screens to... Oh, I'm cold. We'll use those screens to show the scenery. But yeah, it was cleverly staged. They had this bit in the middle of the stage. It looked like a map, but it quite clearly wasn't Egypt. Adam said it looked like Ireland, and we were laughing before it started about it being the Prince of Ireland and stuff. And then when and I can't remember the people, she's captured to be a slave and then escaped, and then when he ended up with her people, they came out and started going diddly-eye, 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 which made me and Adam laugh a lot, because that's what we were saying the Prince of Ireland show would be like. So, yeah, that made us laugh. But the girl in front of us was a bit upset, so we tried to not make as much noise as we perhaps wanted to. So yeah, I mean, the show was alright. There were definitely good bits, but there were bad bits, so of the 3 that I've seen, it is the worst. So that was Thursday. Then Friday was Valentine's Day, but obviously, I mean, Pete was well by Valentine's Day, but not well enough to eat the steak that we'd originally planned, so this is the dinner that we ended up having. Valentine's didn't quite go to plan. So, yeah, it was fine. You know, we ate that. We watched a rom-com film because Pete had some work also going on, so I watched that while he half-watched it. We watched that, To All the Boys I Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You, or whatever the title is of that, the second one of those. It's on Netflix. I enjoyed it. It was good. It was the kind of thing I wanted to watch. But as I say, not quite the Valentine's Day that we'd anticipated. Which leads us on to yesterday, Saturday. We'd planned this a while ago, obviously not knowing that illness would strike, so part of the reason I was so stressed out all week about Pete getting a stomach bug was, would I get it and miss going to the theatre and going to the 4DX cinema, which is what we did yesterday, and we went to see Sonic the Hedgehog. So the following clips are about that. Pete and I are off to a different cinema today. We're off to a Cineworld to try out their 4DX screening.
I thought it'd be a good idea to go see Sonic, because I thought, 4D, chuck you about, Sonic races about, could be a good laugh, good work, could fit in well.
So, not sure what to expect. I'm assuming that the seats are supposed to move. We shall see what happens and report back afterwards.
Both very ill though.
Yeah, we're not in our best health-wise. We're also in the middle of, or the beginning of Storm Dennis this week. It's all go this week. There's a speed camera coming up. We'll report back anon. We're out.
I thought it started really well.
Are we talking film or 4DX in itself?
Oh, yeah, film started.
Okay.
Started really well. There's bits that annoyed me, which were like, trying to...
Hang on. There we go.
Just start again.
That's fine. Just trying to get myself in a comfortable position.
You ready, sorted?
Yeah, sorted.
Yeah, I thought it started really well. The concept was good. I liked how it,
I mean, it's Sonic.
Latest in
It's
game, yeah.
going to be the same.
Well, okay, they could do it badly, but I thought the animation was unbelievably good.
Yeah, the animation was good of Sonic.
Actually really good, and general cool technology stuff. But it annoyed me when they started doing the obvious advertisements, where they said, "Oh, you can go get this $4,000 for rent on Zillow." It was like an obvious advertisement, and like the whole like Amazon thing, and there's like 3 of them where they were like just obvious advertisements.
Yeah,
kind of annoying. But it made it seem super American film, like it was just getting money for the film, not trying to.
No, because if you're looking for a flat somewhere, then you're gonna look at one of these websites.
Yeah, but
just because they picked one,
the way they did it was obviously it was a paid advertisement. Like they showed the website perfectly, and they said the name Zillow very clearly, like, and it was something you didn't need to say.
I've never actually heard of Zillow.
Neither have I.
So I don't know whether it's a real
It
thing.
might not be a real thing, but like.
So then it can't be quite clearly an advertisement.
But I'm assuming it is though in America. I'm assuming it's a thing in America. I bet Google it is there.
Turn right.
You're gonna Google it now, aren't you?
Yeah.
And now they succeeded. They've got us to lick a Zillow.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything, am I?
But
Zillow rental estate apartments, etc.
there we go. So yes, clearly advertising. But otherwise, the film was decent. It was very kiddie. But
I mean,
like,
it's PG. It's going to be kiddie.
But and it was quite Americanised. But it was a fun crap watch. That makes It was
Great. And spend all that money for a fun crap watch.
No, but I like those kind of films. The 4D itself, I mean, I thought was.
I'm glad the film wasn't longer than it was. It was an hour and a half.
All over the place, yeah.
Because it is like those rides that you get those. What are they called? Those rides? Simulator rides.
Yeah.
It is like one of those.
Yeah, a bit 3D sickness and that, you know.
They certainly advertise for people with motion sickness not to go to it. You do get
motion sickness, it's really.
moved about quite a bit, but then we went to see Sonic, so every time he runs, obviously we're gonna move. I was a bit worried at the beginning that every time it was gonna move we were gonna have that really loud noise.
Yeah.
But once the film was going, it was fine. The film masked that noise, so that was good.
Spray water.
Well, I didn't, because I had my coat on my lap and my feet, like, leg over my other legs, so I missed half of it.
After there, it's on.
The air made me jump, made Pete jump as well at one point.
At one point, so we ended up ages then or something,
And then we got thumped in the back.
Yeah.
So it's a simulator. They've done that for films. I think it's clever how they.
Cross the roundabout, first exit.
Thank you, lady. I think it's clever how they've synced the movement with the film. It did all fit. And that is the perfect kind of film, I think.
Roundabout, first exit.
To see that, yeah.
Hang on, I can't wait for her to shut up and then we can. So it's the perfect kind of film to see in that kind of environment, because obviously you don't have to concentrate 100% on the film to know what's going on, because you can't concentrate 100% on the film if you're being puffed in the air with some air and stuff like that. So I liked it. I thought it was good. I wouldn't go all the time, definitely. But every now and again to a film that we think might be quite good with it, I'd go to a 4DX again.
Yeah, so like.
Price wasn't too bad.
You won't tell me how much it was.
No, it's a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Anything more to say? Starting to hurt my arm/hand.
Yeah, feel free to tell them.
So thankfully we were both well enough to get there and we both enjoyed it. And then that leads us on to today, Sunday, where I'm now feeling rather rotten and just not right. We were intending on having our Valentines meal. We got some steak in our shop today, but now I'm not sure I'm up to it. So that's been our life for this week. Please pray to anything that we won't be ill again this year, because we've had enough of it. Or I've certainly had enough of it. So I know in last week's vlog I was talking about that we might organise the bedroom and things like that, but that's not happening. I've managed to do a little bit of editing today. I might try and get this video done as well. But mainly I've been laying around feeling sorry for myself and giving Jeff a cuddle and getting wet in Storm Dennis. Because whereas Kira was wind, he is certainly rain. I've also not run this weekend for multiple reasons. So just feeling a bit flat is probably the best way to explain it. hopefully next weekend is much better. I've actually got some friends coming, so need to be well. So on that note, I'm going to end this vlog here. If you've liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. It would mean a lot. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!